Alright guys, it's Chewy here, part of Team Afterlife, and today I'm profiling Zach's Naturia Dragon Ruler deck. How well have you been doing with this deck so far?
It's done pretty well. It's pretty consistent. I've topped every week with it. Yeah, it's great.
Why did you just prefer to pick Naturia over Dragunity or any other version?
I always like Naturia as an archetype, and they've always cycled through the deck pretty quickly, so it's just a faster version in my opinion, and it's really well, it's balanced.
Okay, go and get into it.
Alright, so started out, Staples, 3 Redox, 3 Tempest. Now you're going to notice something that's a little bit different. I only run 2 Blaster, and you'll see as we go along why that is. And I don't run Tidal because I don't have any water targets, and Tidal's kind of butt.
Tidal's a bad one.
Yeah, he's bad, so I only run the good dragons. 2 Debris, pretty staple. Flambeau Guard, Forsaken. Plant Engine, Dandelion, Spore, Lone Fire. A lot of people don't like the Plant Engine now. I still use it because it helps me out a lot. Now, here's where it gets a little bit weird and something you guys probably aren't going to be used to. Get these guys out of the way. I run Naturias, like we just said. I run a Butterfly. Butterfly helps me stall. It's a level 3 tuner. And I can, once per turn, I can mill a card from the top of my deck to the graveyard to negate an attack. So it's pretty nice. It's a target for a Debris Dragon that lets me summon it back. So it's pretty cool. I run 2 Naturia Moron. Now this guy's pretty awesome. He is adorable. And when I normal summon him, it allows me to mill a Naturia to the graveyard. And once per turn, I can shuffle 2 Naturia monsters from my graveyard into my deck, and it lets me draw a card. So it's a mini Pot of Avarice, and it looks cool. It's like pretty nice, yeah. I run 2 Cosmo Beat. This guy pisses a lot of people off, especially if they go first. I can special him during your turn whenever you normal summon or set a monster. So it's nice. It lets me throw a tuner out there really quickly. It's pretty cool. It lets me go into a lot of stuff like Beast and Barkion still. Not a lot of people run that, but it's pretty techy and it's cool. 3 Cherries. Kind of douchey, but it's a great card. It's splashable in literally any deck that you can run Redox or anything in. It's level 1 tuner. Whenever they're destroyed by battle or card effect, it lets me special up to 2 Cherries from my deck and put them in face down defense position. So it's pretty cool. A lot of level 1 tuners. So when I get into the extra deck, you'll see why that's really beneficial for me. 3 Cliff. Cliff helps me go through this deck like crazy. Whenever he's sent to the graveyard, it can be by battle, it can be by a card effect. When I sync with him, it lets me special one from the deck. So if I'm in a bind,
It's your Abyss Lid.
Yep. So when I'm in a bind, you know, get my ass beat or whatever, or if I need to pull something out to help tune and everything, that's what, you know, it lets me pull this guy out to block with. I can pull any of these guys out, so I can Avarice, I can sync and stall again. I can get these guys killed and then special more monsters out of the deck. So he's pretty cool. Plus he's a level 4 and an Earth. So like I said, that's synchroing. Beast and Barkion is great.
Redox has infinite food in this deck.
Yes, he's always hungry, but he's always satisfied. Basic hand traps, Veiler, 2 Max C.
How come only 1 Veiler?
You know, I don't know. I just feel like 1's good. I side the 2nd. There's just not too many things out there where I'm really worried about it most of the time. I like 1 Veiler. I prefer 2 Max C. I tested it with 2 Veiler and 1 Max C, 2 Max C, 2 Veiler, and I found out this to be the most balanced. I like it that way.
Okay.
So if you don't run Max C, you're bad at the game and you need to stop playing. Gramble. Make fun of me all you want for running this thing, but he's a target for Redox. He's a level 3 Earth. Lets me do anything. He lets me bump shit back, like whenever I got a Draco sack on the field and, you know, pooping my pants, I can just bump it back with my hands. Alright.
Ophion gets rid of that.
Yep, bitch. I get rid of anything with that. I just had a matchup with a Gishki earlier, and he had 3,200 shit out on the field, and I bumped it back. I played Battling Boxers today, and I bumped the yoke back. So he's still good, especially if you run Redox, and if you can special him out, it's great. Plus, like I said, all these tuners over here let me go into anything I want. To the spells, Sacred Stars. I only run 2. Now, a lot of people say I should run 3, but the fact that I don't run the entire Dragon engine, this card can be a dead draw. I played a game earlier where I opened up with 2 of these guys, and I didn't have a single Dragon in my hand for about 4 or 5 turns. Now, I got to stall with all my Naturia stuff and sit on Redox's fat ass, but...
and you also just now learned that you can banish on the field.
I just learned that I can banish from the field. That's what a butt player I can be. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. But yeah, just 2. It is great. But I think 2 is pretty good right now. I might test out 3. Staple, Dark Hole.
Why do you play Dark Hole?
Because Dark Hole is almost a win condition for me. When I have like a clip on the field or something like that, I can Dark Hole and be okay, clear out the field, and still be able to swing in for attacks. I can also bring out the Redox or pitch for the Redox and then synchro after that.
Okay.
So Dark Hole, still great card in my opinion. Book of Moon, that's a must. Book of Moon's way too good. Vortex. I love this card. It's really good in this format. Since a lot of the traps got knocked back, I've always been kind of a stun player. I love this card. It lets me pitch, gets stuff into the grave, everything. So I really, really like it. Gold Star. I know that a lot of people don't run this anymore, but it does let me banish for whatever I need. Whether it be spell, trap, a Naturia, a dragon, whatever. It's really nice, especially when I need to get a Redox in my hand. It's a quick, it's a quick one for me. I like it a lot.
So you also don't just banish dragons all day with it?
Nope, I banish Naturia sometimes, because that way I can add it into my hand. If I need to get a tuner in there really fast, or maybe a Moran to start cycling my deck around, I do that.
Okay.
Foolish Burial, because I run Dandelion. They have to have it. Let's say put Spore in the graveyard so I don't draw that shithead. That's always depressing when I draw Spore. 2 Scapegoat. Love this card. It's like I said, I can stall for days with this deck, and it does it very well. Especially when I have these guys, and maybe I have a Cherry set. So I open up Cherry, set a Scapegoat, or open up with a Cosmo Beat and special it on your turn. I can go into a Beast, Barkion, Cataster, anything you want. Now, tech, as far as spells go, you guys might get a kick out of that. I piss so many people off with this. I had a match earlier that I mentioned with Boxers, and he had a 4,600 yoke on the field. Now, Mark of the Rose, if you're not familiar, it's a pretty old card. It lets me banish any plant from my graveyard to take control of a face-up monster that my opponent controls. Now, I have plants for days in this thing, so it's always live. There's never really a dead time with this thing. It lets me clear out the swing in for game, everything. I take people's monsters all the time, especially when I have my Dragon Mirror match and they have a synchro on the field, like a Scrap Dragon, anything like that. I can take it and I can sync with it. I steal shit. That's what I do.
It's a mini big eye.
It's amazing, yeah. I mean, we swap it at my end phase and the standby phase, but it's too good not to run. It makes people very, very angry. Traps, pretty staple. Return, Fiendish Chains. It's great, especially when I play this and I have all my plants and tuners banished.
That's just a win condition.
I synchro into mad things.
There's no explaining for that stupid card.
Yeah, it's dumb. This needs to be banned.
It should have been banned when it first came out, but
it's still at 1 for some reason. Now, this card can screw you as much as it helps you, though, but it's great. I return from different dimension. I bring out all these guys if they're banished and everything, and then I just start filling my field back up. So even if these guys get killed off, I still have cards on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's very good. How come there's no like Regeki Break or anything like that? A lot of Dragon players are playing that.
I was thinking about running it. I might try to pull it in, but I just don't have the space for it. I don't feel like I really need it that much. I just don't. I mean...
Well, you're playing Dragons. You're already running a 28-card deck.
Yeah. So,
well, no, you run 8 Dragons, so you're running a 32-card deck.
Yeah, I only run, like I said, only 2 Blasters, too, because I just don't have the fire targets, and it's just kind of, I don't know. But, to the extra deck. Most people that know the Dragon build are going to be familiar with this. Formula Synchron, so good. It's so key. This guy lets me do crazy stuff. I can tune on your turn, everything. I get draw power out of it, so it's really nice. Mistbird, because this card's broke. It's so dumb. It's really great when I can pull it out of the graveyard with the Breed Dragon too. So it's nice. It's a target for Tempest and everything. Great card overall. The 5s, I run Cataster. Armidas, and Beast. A lot of people disagree about this, and you'll see different builds that run like an armory arm and stuff like that. But like I said, I can go into it, and when I can have like a mirror match and make it so my dragon opponent can't really activate their spells, it's great. I mean, there's a ton of them that they'll still run. This guy, because he's broke, he's no fun. And Catastor, because it's Catastor. I run 1/6, I run a Barkion. This guy, still excellent. I mean, especially now all the traps are hit. You're seeing all the staples that we used to see, like Mirror Force, Torrential, everything like that. So he just says no and lets me push in for game really hard. Love this guy. Always have, always will. 2 Black Rose. Actually thinking about running a 3rd because I make 7s for days and weeks and forever. So he lets me clear the field out. It's great too. Because if I sink and use a cliff, Black Rose hits the field, blows it up, I pull out another cliff, pull out another monster, anything. It's excellent. This card's so good.
Bone's running on dry, so speed this up a little bit.
Yeah. Crimson Blader, because it's Crimson Blader. Actually thinking about bumping this up to 2. I gotta make room for it. Crimson Blader is just too broke, and I make them way too easily with all the 4s and the tuners I have in my deck. Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Star Eater, all staples.
Are you gonna be running the new Stardust that comes out?
I don't know yet. Maybe. I don't know. I might if I get a hold of it. And then the 7s, Master of Blades, Big Eye, and Dracosac. I really don't like even going into him that much. He's so easy to get around.
Well, if you're getting rid of him, I'm looking for him.
But, if people try to chain him or anything like that, I'll just, tribute him off the field. And then I got my tokens, so they're awesome.
Snow can search out that card.
Yes, Dark World Thorns, so you can get it. And I got Trent. I need more Trents. Send me some in the mail, because I love Trent. And that's the deck profile, guys.
Any last things you want to say about the deck? And what are your worst matchups? That's the biggest thing.
One of my worst matchup is not Noble Knights.
Noble Knights.
He loves Noble Knights. My worst matchup is honestly just the mirror match.
Are you talking Naturia mirror match? You talking just Dragon?
It's the Dragon mirror match. It's just so generic and dumb. It's easy when it's copy and paste deck, but I have a lot of fun with this. It's really cool. I mean, I think everybody should give it a try, even if it's just like on DN or Dev Pro. Should give it a try. It's a lot of fun.
I'm definitely gonna try now that I can just net deck it.
Yeah. So nothing really though. The worst matchup definitely mirror match though.
What about your Prophecy and Mermail matchups?
Prophecy doesn't bother me that much actually. I didn't go into my side, but side.
We can run that through real quick. We
side
forgot.
Shadow. I run light. Everybody gets angry that I run light because especially when I play agents, they don't expect that. Debunk. This card's so good.
Best side deck.
Happy I have it right now. Decrees. When I run into fucking Chainburn. Fencing Fire Ferret. One of the best commons I made in a long time. That second Baylor. And when it really comes down to it, I can be a really big douchebag. I go into Bamboo Shoot. A side Bamboo Shoot. I played a Gishki player earlier.
Let me guess, the safe zones?
I had sided safe zone and Bamboo Shoot in, and I Gramble locked him with Bamboo Shoot all day. So that's the side. That's it, man. That's the deck.
All right. Thank you very much, Zach.
No problem.
And what? Are you going to any regionals or anything like that?
I'm going to Philly next week. So
Philly next week?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Frederick after that, so yeah.
What about the Columbus Open?
Ooh, maybe.
All right.
Depends.
Well, thanks for the profile. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe.